my greatest pleasure to be able to be here with you today and to share with you an overview of what is a fantastic business opportunity. But before we do, I'd like to just take a few moments, if I can, to tell you a little bit about myself and how I came to be involved with Forever. My name's Claire, as Bob said, and I am married to the gentleman that you see on my left, Paul, and have been, by this September, for 30 years. So I'm sure my long-serving medal will be on its way to me very soon. We have two beautiful sons. We have Joe, who is 25, and Luke, 22. And we live in a beautiful little village in South Derbyshire with our fun-loving, boisterous, food-obsessed golden retriever, Ted. So that gives you a little bit of a snapshot of who we are. But if I can take you back to my journey, I started my working life as a dental nurse. And I enjoyed my first few years, but then found that the four walls of a dental surgery were not really what I was looking for. I wanted to get out and to meet more people. So after 5 years, I changed my direction and I went to work with a well-known confectionery company. So I actually went from educating people on how to take care of their teeth to excitedly sharing with them what was going to be the next chocolate bar that was coming out on the market. And that's where I was when I found out that we were expecting our first son. That changed everything, because what I knew and knew very clearly at that point was I didn't want to miss out on the boys, or on Joe and obviously subsequently Luke as they grew up. So I decided, we took a big decision, that I would be a stay-at-home mum. We were both in agreement with that, and that's what we planned to do. As Joe was 10 months old, we started to realise that we could do with a bit of extra money just to help out with the extra things that we wanted to do. So I started to look for some part-time work, and I ended up working in my local Sainsbury's in the evenings so Paul could take care of Joe and obviously Luke as he was born too. And that's where I was when a neighbour of mine invited me to look at the Forever opportunity. At that time, I initially just saw flexibility. Just thought maybe, just maybe, this could give me a way that I could work for myself, do something different, and maybe just earn the same kind of money that I was used to with my two part-time jobs. So I was looking for an extra income of around £600 a month. I didn't see anything bigger than that at the beginning, and I think that was down to where my confidence levels were at that point. I'd been out of the working career for quite some time, and I'd lost a little bit of me along the way. I wasn't really sure where I could take this kind of opportunity. However, I was excited and I was encouraged by what I saw and decided that I'd give Forever a go. However, my enthusiasm wasn't shared by all.
Yeah, I must say, I remember it really clearly. A neighbour that we'd never met before, we'd just moved into a new development, and we were the first to move in, and this lady called Christine was second to move in. I remember it was a Tuesday night. She came across, and you remember when football used to be on a Tuesday night, not a Monday night? Mm-hmm. I was watching the game, Claire was out at work, and she invited Claire to an Aloe awareness evening the following Tuesday, and it was a really important game the following Tuesday. So I said, yes, of course, she'd love to come. So Claire took some time off work. So the way we stumbled into Forever is quite funny, really. And for me, it was really, I'd never heard of network marketing at that point. This is back in 2000. And I was an engineer. I've been in engineering since the day I left school. I left school on mutual consent with the headmaster quite early. I was very qualified for network marketing, however, because I did get a woodwork O-level. But that is all I got, and that wasn't a very good one either. So I wasn't really set up for doing network marketing, and I must admit, in my engineering career, the latter part of it, I was a sales director for quite a large company selling very expensive machinery to metal cutting companies, aerospace companies, that kind of thing. So health and nutrition, network marketing to me was just something I couldn't see. And I spent then a good 14 months trying to explain to Claire and show Claire why this couldn't possibly be true. I was very, very sceptical, to the point of being rude at times. So I did give Claire, not a hard time, but I was the protective husband. I went everywhere with Claire, told Claire how to do everything, but did nothing myself. You may recognise that in some of your, I'll just say partners rather than some of the men. But Claire ignored me, as she's done most of her life, and we just then, Claire started to get some momentum in the business, and then the one thing that really attracted me in was the possibilities and the fact that the check was going up, and then of course I jumped on board and told everybody it was all me that did it. I didn't really do that. But Claire obviously built this business at day one, to be fair. 14 months later, we went and we did it together, and we gave ourselves 12 months of not questioning whether it would or wouldn't work. And 3 years after the day that Claire registered with Forever, I then left my full-time job. So for the last 15 years, we've been running the business together and have had a great lifestyle on the back of that.
So as you can see, we have a very different life to the one that I think we thought we would have many years ago, because Forever has been a consistent, constant part of our life for all of those years. So we've been part of this company for 18 years, and we've enjoyed everything really that Forever offers. We were prepared to learn, to be coachable. We had our own self-motivation, and we trusted in the people that we were being mentored by. And as they say, the rest is history, because Forever has absolutely delivered on every level for us, and we feel just as excited now as to where we're going in the future. We have a lovely team of people. I think you attract the kind of people that you are. We have a great team that support us, and we have a lot of fun as we build our business too. So it's our pleasure to take you through a little bit about who Forever are.
Well, Forever have been around for 40 years this year. And if we go back even 18 years when we started, of course, it was still well established then. So for me, back then, it was to know we were getting involved with something that was established, and that for me was really important. For people getting involved today, for the guests in the room that are looking at Forever for the first time, the confidence you can have in a company that's been going for 40 years, continuously growing, should fill you with a lot of confidence. Also, we like to travel a lot. So the fact that we could build this business in over 150 countries worldwide, have a truly global opportunity, again, was really important to us. And it's become even more so as we've opened more countries as the years have gone on. For me, I'm very digital. I like to know the bottom line. I'm driven by numbers. To know this is a multi-billion-dollar company is important. It's got stability. It's very profitable. They don't borrow money from anybody. As you can see, we're cash rich and debt free. I know they're nice things just to be able to say, but it's important to understand that we don't owe any money to anybody. So nobody can hold us to ransom. Nobody can decide the route we need to take. There are no shareholders. It's privately owned. And the company I worked for previous to being involved with Forever was also a family-run business, and I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the fact that you could trust the family and get to know the family, which of course you all can. In the UK, in excess of £100 million turnover. You can see the head office on the screen there in Scottsdale, Arizona. We also have our own head office here in the UK at Longbridge Manor in Warwick. Been there since '93, I believe. And I remember so clearly, if you go back to the very beginning, and I'm sat in a business presentation and people are telling me all of these things I've just pointed out there, I was sat there as the skeptical person thinking, nah, I need to prove all that's wrong. That's just some actress doing all of this stuff. And one thing was said on that night, they said it was an open door policy. And you can call in whenever you want to Longbridge Manor. So I cancelled my appointments for the next day, and I did exactly that. I knocked on the door at Longbridge Manor, and it was Sue that was on the reception at the time, and I just said, you know, we're really new, we've been involved 2 days. Any chance I could see the managing director for... Bob will tell you, and Bob was available at the time, so I went in, spent half an hour, and he answered and explained to me every single point that I had. So I came out of there quite annoyed, really, because I couldn't go back to Claire and say, told you, it's not true. It was exactly true, and that was our head office in Longbridge Manor. And the second challenge I had, some I still have, but was understanding the health and wellness sector. For me, back in the day, a pint of Guinness, St. Patrick's Day, and a pie was about my health and nutrition limits. It has changed a little bit. You should have seen when I was overweight. But no, the health and wellness sector was a little bit difficult for me to come to terms with because it was not something that I was involved in any way. But what it does prove, what I did understand and got to learn very quickly, and that was from meeting with Bob, is that the health and wellness sector is massive. And if you're involved in anything with any product, the most important thing about that is there is an audience, there is a set of people that want to buy that product. And I think today, even more so than 2000 when we joined, it's even more so now, isn't it? That people want to look better, feel better, have more energy, etc.
Okay. So as Paul has just touched on there, the products are absolutely key to Forever's success. A company is only as good as the products on which it's based. And for me, this was my first introduction, of course, to the company. And I felt very encouraged by what I heard. I was interested in natural products. I was interested in a way that I could take care of myself and obviously my family as they were growing. And I love the fact that there were products here that I was being shown that were suitable for all of us. And of course, the people that I knew and were already in my circles. So if we look at the product range that we have with Forever, we have a huge marketplace. There are billions of pounds being spent every year here in the UK on the products that we have. And our role is to raise, of course, that awareness through our own experience and our own passion that develops as we become, obviously, product users. So the products are, as I say, suitable for everybody. We have products that fit into the health and wellness market, which is huge. We have products that are sports and fitness based. We have the nutritional products. We have skincare, products for animal and home, and of course, our very popular weight management. So what that showed to me as well was there was something for everyone. So you can either have an interest over the general whole product range, as I have done, or you can be quite specific. And if you have a certain area that really interests you, you can certainly take your business down that route. But why would people choose to use Forever's brand? And obviously I'd heard of aloe vera. I knew a little bit about aloe, but I was curious to understand what made us different. Well, we are the world's #1 grower and producer of aloe vera. Most of the cultivated aloe vera around the world is owned and grown by Forever. But we have a special patented stabilisation process, which means that our aloe vera is different from what you would find on the high street. So we can take the gel from the inside of the plant, we can naturally stabilise it and keep it alive and keep it fresh, so that when we consume it and use it in our bottles and our tubes, it's virtually identical to when it's growing within the leaves. So you get it as nature intended you to get it. And that meant a huge amount to me because I wanted to be with, obviously, the #1 company, an authentic company, that I could share these benefits with others. They're superior products. We're really proud of the way that the products work and how they make a big difference to people's lives. There's no insecticides or artificial fertilizers used. And we also have an advisory board. And that meant a lot to me. I didn't, again, come from that kind of background. I wasn't confident in this industry. I'd never even heard of network marketing. And I certainly didn't have any qualifications that were based within health and wellness. But knowing that people that were within the company were there to teach, to train, to support us as we built our business, gave me the confidence to get started. And that support has been there ever since. 18 years on, the trainings are better than ever with all the up-to-date information available to us. We also have that unconditional 60-day money-back guarantee. Having never sold anything in my life before, this was also important to me. It gave me the confidence that Forever already had to go and share our products with others and obviously encourage them to try it and recognise that they had nothing to lose. Products are suitable for everybody. We have a whole list of accreditations that show that people around the world can safely use our products as well as we can here. We have obviously the Leaping Bunny, which is really important. We don't test on animals. We have our Aloe Science seal of approval on all the products that state that we contain good quality aloe vera and also high quantity of aloe in our products, and that's something we have to re-qualify for every year. We also have Islamic seal and kosher and halal on some of our product range as well. So there is truly products for everybody. Now, if I'm really open and honest, when I first got started in Forever, I didn't realise the importance of this particular slide. I didn't understand how much total integration would matter to us as a company. Now, Forever own the whole process. There's no other parties involved. We grow, we own our own aloe fields. have some that are in the Dominican Republic, we have some in Mexico. They grow in obviously the nice hot countries. We have plenty of aloe vera available for us all the time. We own the processing plants. Everything is done by Forever, and obviously the product is then delivered directly to us, so there's nobody else that can interfere with the process. So as a business owner, it means that you have confidence to know that we aren't beholden to others, and the service that we offer and we promise can absolutely be delivered.
Of course, with a great company, as we've explained, and a fantastic product range, it's good to know how you can make an income or create the lifestyle that you're looking for. We soon realised that it's what the money can do for you rather than the money, if that makes sense, that's really important. But you could become a product promoter, earn maybe £200 to £400 per calendar month by literally recommending the products to people that you know, people that you come into contact with. Could be friends, could be family, work colleagues. And it's like sharing a good movie. If you go to a cinema and see a fantastic movie, you'd go to work the next day and you'd tell everybody about it. The difference is you wouldn't get paid for that by the cinema, but you would by promoting and recommending the products to people that you know with enthusiasm because you've used the products yourself. And you could just stay in that area, and that's fine. But what you will find is that people will suddenly want to know what it is that you're doing, and you become a business leader. And this is where you will help and coach people to do the simple things, to use the product, to share the product, and show them how to build a team themselves and just keep duplicating that process. And as a business leader, somebody who does that small amount of activity, often part-time, can be full-time, the choice is yours, but often people would build this income alongside their current commitments. You could earn between £800 and £2,000 per calendar month, and the top end of that is nearing the national average wage for effectively working hard part-time. But then what happens is you become a business developer, and a business developer is somebody who then highlights in their organisation of people who want to become leaders themselves, that want to grow and have a standalone independent business themselves. And as you help them and develop those, they then become almost standalone. And you will get paid a residual income every single month on the turnover of that organisation. And you can earn anything really at that level, anything from £2,000 to £20,000 per month. And there are people sat in this room right now that earn in excess of the top part of that income. At the very beginning, when I was looking and somebody showed me that, I didn't believe it. I'll be honest with you, I was very sceptical. I didn't believe the £200 to £400, if I'm honest, because I'd tasted the gel. But I also got great benefit from it. So for me, it was fantastic, and the product worked. So I got belief in it, and then of course we worked ourselves up to being business developers ourselves. So it's like a buffet table. Take from it what you want, decide what income you want from it. But when you've made a decision, my advice to you would be just go for it, put your head down, listen to who introduces you to the business, and let them show you the way to build to that income.
And the extras, this is my most favourite part of the business, I have to say. One of the things that I really wanted to do through my growing up years was travel. And I didn't get that opportunity for us as a family. However, once we got involved with Forever, we saw a way now that we could really travel. Paul and I hadn't been outside of Europe when we joined Forever. And within our first our second full year saw us start to qualify for some of the travel incentives. And since then now, I think we've lost track actually of how many countries we have visited. We know it's in excess of 25 different countries with Forever, but it's an incentive that is based upon you helping grow your team, supporting your team members. It's an annual turnover that you create as a group over the year, and then everybody that does that gets to go on the trip that's available. And we have some amazing destinations. Next month, as you heard Bob say, we're off to Dallas. Later on in the year, there's a trip to Phoenix. And next year, there'll be 2 completely different destinations that we don't yet know about. And it is the most exciting part of the business. We've travelled with our boys. They've enjoyed their growing up years, travelling around the world with us, with Forever, and also from the income that we've been obviously able to earn and go and travel privately and independently. It is nothing but the best, and they do genuinely give you that spending money when you arrive as well, so that everything is taken care of. We also have our Forever to Drive programme, and there are hundreds of people, obviously, of course, in the UK now, enjoying this benefit. yes, you can choose to put the money into the running of a car, because once you qualify over a 3-month period, you then receive it for 3 years. But if the car's not your thing, you can use that extra money for whatever you choose. And we ourselves have been fortunate now to have the top level of the Forever to Drive programme for the last 15 years. Along the way, the company will recognise every step of your achievements. Right from the beginning few months, they recognise that encouragement and recognition is something that many of us don't realise we need, but it certainly helps you create an environment where you feel safe, valued, and looked after. And that's exactly what will happen whether you're just brand new and you're just qualifying in your early months, or you're like us, have been with the company for many, many years. So we hope that's given you an overview of what's available. Forever truly is a remarkable company. Bob is absolutely right. If you cut us down the middle, you would see Forever. Forever has been a vehicle for us that has allowed us to change our lives and those of the people that we care about. And we look forward to many years of going out there and doing exactly the same thing. So thank you very much for listening, and have the most fantastic day. Thank you.